Welcome back to the channel and what's smoking all my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, greats, overachieving, never slacking. So today we actually going to dive into dog breeds banned in the UK. Now, this was an interesting topic for me because I had heard in the past that, pit bulls were banned in the UK. And that was kind of odd to me just because it's like, growing up being a native New Yorker, pit bulls, you're gonna find those everywhere. I mean, you're gonna find those like leaves in the fall time, just falling off a tree. Like they just gonna be everywhere. You could always get one for a decent price. Red nose, blue nose, mutts, and all type of pit bulls. So when I heard, I'm like, man, that's banned in the UK. I was in shock, guys. I'm like, what is going on? Why? But I mean, I understand I do understand as far as like so many freak accidents, I want to say, but a lot of that is due to, dog fighting and just bad owners in general. But with that being said, we're going to dive into this article and we're going to figure out, we're going to read which dog breeds are banned in the UK and we're going to find out why. So, right here we have American XL bully dogs will also be banned after recent attacks. And I know, I'm going to say February, I seen an article that said February of last year, they did that. They banned, American XL bully dogs. So it says in 1991, the UK government brought in the breed-specific legislation to crack down on a number of dog attacks. So what are the illegal dogs in the UK and why are they illegal? Right? So first off, we got, let's get to it. Let's get to the first one. There are currently 5 illegal dog breeds in the UK. The Pit Bull Terrier, the Japanese Tosa, the Dogo Argentino, which I'm familiar with. I've read a lot about the Dogo Argentino, and the Fila Brasileiro, if I pronounced that correctly. It is illegal to own, breed, or sell dogs on this list. Now, this is important to know if you're somebody that's planning to move or even travel to the UK. You definitely just want to know these kind of laws. Who knows? You may have a dog that you plan on traveling with. Plan on getting flew out, and it might be a Dogo Argentino or a Pit Bull Terrier. So you definitely want to do your homework. Many of these breeds were originally bred with fighting in mind, with the government ruling them as dangerous. American XL bully dogs will also, which they already were, banned after recent attacks. Yeah, it says a spokesperson from the Kennel Club told Country Living, "We are very concerned about the rising number of dog bite accident incidents and strongly believe that new legislation is urgently needed, as well as stronger sentencing in place for those found guilty of owning a dog involved in a dog attack incident." Damn. They're not, the UK does not play about the Dangerous Dogs Act. Which I see it was made in 1991. It says it focuses only on the type of dog rather than the act. This flawed approach has failed to reduce the number of dog bites, demonstrating that demonizing specific breeds can make them more attractive to people who want to use dogs in this way, and expanding the list would only further contribute to the problem of creating so-called status dogs. Action should instead focus on the deed, not breed, and we have long been campaigning for a change in the law to concentrate on the prevention of dog attacks rather than demonizing certain breeds simply because of the way they look. Right? So, man, that's crazy. That is crazy. I still feel like this article didn't really dive too much into the specific dog. I mean, yeah, they told you the breeds, but man, that's just crazy. What was blown? See, I posted a video yesterday, right? And in the video, it was, the 10 most popular UK dogs. And the first one was a Staffordshire Terrier, which I'm pretty sure those were bred for fighting too. But someone in the comments said that was like that whole video was wrong. So I don't even know like if Staffordshire Terriers are legal in the UK. Let me look that up. I'm gonna look that up right now. Ooh, hold on, guys. I found this article right here that's pretty interesting too. Let me put that up on the screen. Man, this is interesting. For someone who has grown up with these kind of dogs, seeing them everywhere, this is a very, very interesting. New UK law banning dogs is doing more harm than good. But the funny thing about this, right, won't really let me scroll down on the scene. But it says, on December 31st, 2023, the United Kingdom and Wales implemented a ban on all XL bully breeds of dogs under the name the Dangerous Dog Act, which I already read, a lot about that. But it says, dogs affected by this act include the American Bulldog, Old English Bulldog, Cane Corso, the American Staffordshire Terrier, and any other breed of dog crossed with a pit bull terrier. So that answers my question. Staffordshire Terriers are not legal and are considered pretty much a cross with a pit bull terrier. While it's important to stop dangerous dogs, not just in the UK and Wales, but everywhere, this act goes about it in the wrong way. This act is not stopping the underground and illegal breeding, trading, and fighting of the XL bully breed of dogs. It is not stopping the unethical treatment of these dogs, and it is not stopping the terrible training practices that typically lead XL bullies to be aggressive. Wow. So there's people that just feel like it's pretty ridiculous, and to be honest with you guys, I mean, I don't think it's ridiculous. Like I said, like in the U.S., we have a lot of pit bull attacks. Like I'm gonna Google that real quick. How many pit bull attacks in the U.S. Right? So in the U.S., we have. Pit bulls are involved in many dog attacks in the United States and are responsible for a significant number of fatal dog attacks each year. Let's see. Fatal attacks from 2005 to 2019, pit bulls were involved in 60% of fatal dog attacks in the U.S. So it says pit bulls are more than 2.5 times as likely as other breeds to bite in multiple anatomical locations. All right. So now let's look at the UK. Says there actually isn't much information about the number of pit bull attacks in the UK, but I guess the ones that they did have were enough. They were enough for them to say, oh, nope. So that's one thing I noticed about the UK. They shut stuff down real quick. When they see something that's detrimental to the community or something very dangerous, like even with the whole, the shooting that they had in the 90s. I mean, they put a stop to that stuff. The UK, so I wouldn't really go against the UK's laws. I also like how they got it's illegal to crop dogs' ears out there. I thought that's pretty. It's just pretty respectable how they go about things. But as far as pit bulls, like see in America, we don't really care too much. I ain't gonna say we don't care, but we wild, man. It's a lot going on in America. Not to say there's not a lot going on in the UK, but I mean, it's just certain things I don't see ever happening. Like I don't see a pit bull ban. Many people have tried. Obviously, anywhere you go, people are, oh, pit bulls are dangerous. Like you'll find those people. And would I agree? it comes down to the owner because any dog can be dangerous. I've heard stories of huskies literally like snapping and just taking a kid face off. Like I've heard those stories. I've heard stories of dogs just that were allegedly the sweetest dogs in the world just snapping. So I think the I would say the answer in all that to everybody would definitely be to pay more attention to your animals, no matter what animal you have. If it's legal, pay attention to it. There's literally a guy in upstate New York who he got busted for having a 400 pound alligator, guys. I'm serious. Like I'm going to it right now. Like a 400 pound alligator. It might have even been more than that. Let me see. Upstate New York. Us New Yorkers. We us Americans. Period. I mean, we just okay. So I definitely didn't give that justice. 750 pound alligator. My bad. Authorities took a 750 pound alligator from an upstate New York home. Here's the kicker, right? He had it for about 34 years, and he would let people around the neighborhood swim with it, kids and all. And they all they loved this alligator so much that people were mad. They're like, it was a sweet alligator. But yes, this is real. This is the type of stuff that happens out here in America. And where that's from is not too far from my neck of the woods, like my hometown. So it's like that's not. I've heard stories of people just taking alligators and letting them go in the Susquehanna River. I've heard those stories. Yeah, yeah, wild. But yeah, this guy had it in his house. Like he had a whole pool for an indoor pool or something like that in his house for over 34 years since it was a hatchling, and he was letting people. It's crazy, right? Like he was letting people swim with it, and they said it was a sweetheart. It was an amazing 750 pound alligator, and they were mad. Like they were like fighting for him. Like no, like he needs his alligator, give his alligator back. Like so, if 750 pound alligators, right, are can live for 34 years and not harm somebody, and it's swimming with people all those years, then I'm gonna have to say, uh, you know, maybe pit bulls, ain't too bad, especially when there is a lot of case. See, that's the thing. Back in the day in America, pit bulls used to be actually known as nanny dogs. Yes, that is a fact. They were known as nanny dogs because they were so good around children. So let me watch. I'm gonna look it up. Pit bull nanny dogs, right? Okay, so while some pit bulls may exhibit nurturing and protective qualities, okay, so I guess that's not accurate. It is not accurate to label the entire breed as nanny dogs. So I guess that might just be a rumor. Um, but hey, there are some cute pictures of pit bulls with kids from way way back in the day. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you think this law is excessive? If you're out there in the UK, do you love pit bulls and just feel like this is just ridiculous? Or do you agree with it? Do you feel like they're just dangerous and since they were bred for fighting, they shouldn't be in a human's home? I mean, all dogs allegedly were domesticated from wolves anyway, right? So I don't know. I don't know. Definitely looking forward to your opinions. And with that being said, I was about to say original link in the description, but we definitely didn't really do a video today. More so just, just read some articles here. But with that being said, I'll see you all soon. Much love.